Okay, it's time for the 2014 faculty skit. Despicable Me. It's a hot summer day in the Allen Center. Down in the basement, Maya and Dieter are working with their robots. Suddenly, we hear a noise. And then a scream.
Oh no! This is terrible! What happened to Rosie?
Have you been feeding her? You know she needs to eat 3 students a day. She's been looking a little lean lately.
She's not lean. She's shrunk. Who could have done this? Look at her, poor thing.
Yep. I guess she won't be doing any high fives anymore.
I hate to ask, but do you think it's going to hurt my tenure case?
Well, not if we were in nanotechnology. But it could be a problem in CSE. Wait a minute. I have a great idea. We'll start a whole new field and we'll call it BRI, Baby Robot Interaction. We'll create our own workshop and then a conference and then a journal. You can be the program chair. This is genius. You'll be tenured in a year.
And we won't have to feed her as many students. Still, whoever pulled this prank is truly an evil genius. We better watch out.
Back in the atrium, we find Gru, the world-famous villain, on his way to his lair, or office. He stops to get a coffee at Reboot.
What? Coffee time. I gotta get my coffee. Evil genius runs on caffeine. You know what? There's another line at Reboot. No problem. Freeze ray. Freeze ray. We're in a hurry.
Gru heads back to his office. Very nearby, wandering the halls of the Allen Center, we find Margot, Edith, and Agnes, 3 poor young sisters, looking to raise money for themselves and for their orphanage.
Boy, what a cheap department. Nobody's buying our cookies. It's almost as if everyone here just expects free food all the time.
If they don't buy any of our cookies, I won't have any money to take on an LP class.
And I want to take a security class.
Agnes, quiet. Look, there's one last door. Interesting. The sign says head of the E-Science Institute and ACM Villain of the Year. I'm not so sure about this, but let's try it. Hello? Cookies, constraint solvers, and theorem provers for sale. Cookies and theorem provers, anyone?
We also do virus and malware removal.
Oh, and I know this one weird trick to the semantic analysis of a stupid CSE blog post. Not that you'd have any.
Uh-oh. My turn? Go away! I'm not here! In fact, I wasn't.
Well, we know you're there. You just answer.
I'm not here! This is a recording!
If you're recording us, you're violating federal wiretap law.
Go away!
Bye-bye, Mr. Recording.
Oh well, another bad night. Let's go home.
What a jerk.
As the girls head back to the orphanage, suddenly, Gru's technical assistant, Dr. Nefario, bursts into his office.
Gru, I'm very sorry. I just have to tell you that no matter what, you've always been one of my favorites.
What are you talking about? What happened?
It's all over the news, didn't you hear? Some villain just shrunk Rosie the robot. They're saying it's one of the greatest pranks in the history of CSE. And worse, this makes all other villains look lame.
Oh, rats, and I just finished mounting my ACM Villain of the Year award.
Well, you know, in the villain business, one day you're resident, the next day you're evicted.
Look, they can't page me out that easily. We have to respond. Call the minions.
Minions! Oh, minions, where are you?
Hello, my little minions. Where have you been?
We were in the AI lab playing football.
You're doing what?
He's confused. He meant to say we were doing research in e-science.
Right. I was just demonstrating the use of approximate computing to simulate a friction of a rolling ball with a smooth surface. Yeah, it's cool. And I was the goalie.
Enough of this. We have a big problem. There's a new villain on the scene, and he has shrunken Rosie the robot. We've got to respond, and it's going to have to be something big.
I think I got it. We could shrink Sophia at Reboot.
Well, that'll get their attention. Everybody just loves her, but that would ruin my morning cappuccino. I always order a tall, and if we shrink her, she'd only be able to do shorts.
How about this? I'm gonna shrink myself. That way, a good bottle of wine is gonna last a whole month. A whole month.
I have a better idea. We can shrink big data into teeny-weeny data and then store it in teeny-weeny databases. How cute would that be?
No, you ninnies, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. I've got something that'll blow the Rosie prankster out of the water. We're going to shrink the Allen Center. Then the provost will have to give us a new building.
Drew, very sorry, but I've done some quick calculations and that's going to be tough.
What's the problem?
First of all, the Allen Center is huge. Why, it's nearly as big as the building we're in right now. And second, we don't have the shrink ray. We'll have to find this villain and steal it from him.
Who is he? What do we know about him?
Apparently, his name is Vector. Rumor has it that he likes programming languages. Total nerd.
What's wrong with that? I'm impressed already.
Boring. PL has the prestige of garbage collection and the romance of a math book. It's lame. Now, if it were big data instead, that would be a different story. Then I might like the guy. Anyway, he must be in hiding after the Rosie stunt. We'll never be able to find him.
Actually, I Googled him. He's next door.
Really? I was wondering what was going on in there. Let's just go in and grab him.
That's way too dangerous. We need a plan.
Programming languages. The answer was right at my doorstep all along. I have an idea.
And so Gru heads out and finds his way to Miss Hattie's. Miss Hattie's. Yes.
Orphanage for Girls.
Orphanage for Girls, where he meets with Miss Hattie. Go, Miss Hattie.
What can I do for you, Mr. Gru?
My heart is sad in a way that can only be mended by the laughter of children playing at their young games. You know, like proving theorems, performing linguistic analyses, and remotely hijacking cars.
That's so sweet. Mr. Gru, looking at the records you provided us, I see that you're very, very accomplished.
Yes, but I'm very, very modest and I don't like bragging. For example, I never brag on blog posts, tweets, or Facebook updates.
It says here that you are an astronaut. You've won a touring award. You played first chair cello in the New York Symphony. And you competed against Arnold Schwarzenegger in the finals of the World Bodybuilding Championship. Wow!
Arnold won.
But only by a slight margin.
Only by a slight margin.
I Googled your name, and I found an interesting email from the president of the University of Washington to the UW provost. It says, Gru is a constant pain in the ass. Please get him off my friggin' back.
Let me see that. I think that's another Gru. You know, there are a lot of them at the university.
Yes, we'll ignore that. So what are you looking for?
3 children would be wonderful. And if they have domain-specific knowledge of computer science, for example, let's say in theoretical and applied programming languages, that would be just perfect.
I have to admit, I don't hear that request every day. However, you're in luck. Hey, girls! Congratulations, girls. You're being adopted by this nice man.
Uh-oh, it's the recording jerk.
Come along, girls. We'll go home, and this afternoon you can have lots of fun writing a few thousand lines of Haskell. Sorry, what I meant was we'll bake cookies together.
What a lovely family.
Off we go.
In his lair in the Allen Center, the young villain Vector celebrates his recent victory.
Oh yeah! I'm Vector. That's me. Because I've got both direction and magnitude. I'm the new villain in town, and I'm taking over from those old school villains like Gru. That doofus Gru. He's got no clue. Hey, that even rhymes. Listen to me. I am Vector, that's for sure. I'm gonna be the next Macklemore. Ha! And I have the shrink ray. Anybody comes near me and they'll be looking up at my shoes. Oops. I shot my laptop. Hi, teeny little laptop. I guess I'll be writing only very optimized programs from now on. Or maybe I'll have all my code automatically synthesized from specifications so I won't have to type it all on this weenie keyboard. Now that would be like way cool.
After a long trip home from the orphanage, Margot, Edith, and Agnes arrive with Gru at his office headquarters.
What is this place? It looks like a dump.
Holy moly, I didn't know you could get this much stuff in an office.
It's creepy. I'm scared.
Let me have that little girl.
No, it's not a doll. It's my unicorn.
You can't take it away from her.
Why not?
It's her security blanket.
Okay. Okay, look, there's nothing to worry about. It's very safe here. There's nothing to scare you.
What are those monsters?
Those aren't monsters. They're, well, actually, they're my cousins. I'm sure you'll love playing with them.
Yes, we love to play, and if you're good, I'll let you run my produce on my cluster.
Really?
And I'll show you my new morphosyntactic factored lexicon. It's great for semantics.
Yeah!
And I can show you how to interact. Increase browser security using shim verification.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Can we do anti-web tracking too?
And well, for lunch, I will cook you all a sous vide loin of lamb with a delicious cream of beetroot and a sip of sherry grappa.
Can we just please have the pizza?
Okay, cousins, I think you should leave us alone for a little bit. That's too much excitement for one day.
Will you read us a story?
No!
Please?
No, I don't read stories.
Pretty please?
Okay, maybe, but just one. What do you want me to read?
This is our favorite story.
Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, in a very small village, there was a little girl named Alice. But Alice was very unhappy because she was forced to code in the evil language known as C, which had side effects leading to terrible bugs.
Ooh, that's the scary part.
One day, Alice was reading a comic book about the lambda calculus when suddenly she had an idea. So Alice climbed up into her treehouse and invented a new functional programming language. Soon, everybody was writing purely functional programs. The evil C language was banished from the village, and they all lived happily and bug-free ever after. The end. My mother never read stories like this when I was a kid. Now, girls, there is one teeny tiny thing you can do to help me around here. I'm having a little trouble with a neighbor who's a very, very bad man. Let me tell you what we need to do.
The next morning, Margot, Agnes, and Edith appear at the door to Vector's office hideout.
Hi, we're orphans from Miss Hattie's Home for Girls.
I don't care. Beat it.
Come on, please. We're selling cookies, so, you know, we can have a better future.
We need money so we can get master's degrees in computer science and engineering. Just like our hero, Dr. CSE. He knows more than you do.
No, he doesn't. That guy's an idiot. He's not even a real doctor.
Well, at least he buys our cookies. He really likes the chocolate chips.
Who cares what the guy likes? Hey, what else do you have?
Well, we also have coconutties, but if you don't want cookies, we have stat solvers, theorem provers, and constraint solvers.
Wow, now you're talking. You know, I've been working on a domain-specific language, and I need some help. Plus, I really like coconutties. Why don't you come in?
So, what's the problem?
Well, I'm trying to automate my type safety proofs in the face of mutation and reflection, but without parametricity, I'm not getting my usual theorems for free.
You're still using small-step operational semantics? Ew! You need to upgrade it to new step-indexed denotational semantics. Your logical relations will be so much easier.
And as long as your endo functors are coalexly diagonalizable, you'll handle non-determinism and concurrency for free.
And I can show you how to embed these higher-order predicates into first-order theorems, including just Presburger arithmetic. Z3 will make short work of your proofs then.
Wow, you three really are the best. Hey, if you think that stuff is cool, want to see something really cool? I've got a shrink ray. Why, just yesterday I shrank a dumb robot in CSE. They're still trying to figure out what hit them.
Cool. Could you show us more of your domain-specific language? That's really interesting.
Sure. Look at this. With this new language, my system will synthesize PhD theses without having to do any research. This will wreak havoc on the academic world.
Aha! Now I have the ray gun. I'm going to make you disappear. God, he looks like Luis.
What did you do to me?
Looks like thing partially jammed. I was hoping for a shorter vector.
You know, you were always my hero. All I wanted was for you to like me. I wanted to be the next Gru.
Really? Why didn't you say so? I'd love to have an apprentice. You know, you've got real talent, kid. The two of us working together and the girls' technology, there's no limit to what we can do. We'll take over the entire university. We'll get rid of Levy, the dean, the provost, the president.
Yes, and we'll bring back Paseo to have all the Cuban sandwiches we can eat.
Yay! Pizza too, please!
And they all lived happily and bug-free forever. The end.